here is failure to communicate. Some men you just can't reach.
The trouble with Scotland is that it's full of Scots.
Where's the cue ball going?
Put 'em up.
Things look bad. It looks like you're not gonna make it. And you gotta get mean. I mean plumb mad dog mean. Because if you lose your head and you give up, then you neither live nor win. That's just the way it is.
Assignment tonight is strategic. You can't give the enemy a break. Send them to hell.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Well, good evening, folks. Welcome back to VP4TV. We're back for yet another Friday Night 9 Ball. The question to ask this week is, can Spectre Dawn make it 3 in a row? Well, we are 2 short of a full house, I think. Or was it 4 short? I can't remember. Hang on a minute. I think it was 4 left. Let's do a quick refresh. Yeah, we've still got 4 open seats, so we've got less than 5 minutes to go, or maybe just on 5 minutes if you include the minute or so it takes for the rooms to go up. We've got Chase one around, Chalky. We'll let you know about Chalky in a minute. Coldest Pillow, Houdini, Jez Dev, Larry, Semi-Pro, Smoking Sid, Spectre Dawn, of course, Stefan, Travis, and Wink at Me. So there's still time to maybe get another 1 or 2 in. So we'll see how that goes. If there's, I don't know whether there's anybody out there yet. Let me have a look and see how many's on YouTube. Quick look, see if we can find my channel. Well, we're showing 3 on YouTube at the moment, including myself, it's 4. Albinario sent me a message about a time that he was trying to arrange his match in the semi-final of the 10-ball World Championships. It looks as if it's going to be at a time where I won't be around. He's trying to arrange it, I think, for Sunday. Problem with the times that he's arranging on Sunday. He asked about 9:30 in the morning. Well, obviously I'm at work at that time on a Sunday. And then he said 1 o'clock in the afternoon on the Sunday, and I said, no, I'm still at work. So hopefully Slim is going to be around, or Steve will get both of them will have to get out of their beds fairly early if it's that time of the day, and especially at 9:30 in the morning. That's the middle of the night. So, you know, US time, that's like 4:30 in the morning, East Coast time. So it might be touch and go as to whether there'll be any coverage of that match over the weekend. So just keep an eye out. Welcome to Coldest Pillow. In fact, now that we've got a bit of time, let me just go to 2023 and go to there and go to 10-ball World Championship. So you can see it's not set yet. And we have, of course, Spectre Dawn in the final. This is a semi-final match that is trying to be arranged. And, of course, as Vince says, and there's a big time zone difference between these two guys. So it doesn't surprise me it's going to be possibly at a time that I won't be able to get it. I just have to hope that one of the other guys will be around to get it. But it might be a bit dodgy as to whether it will be. So just have to keep an eye out, keep checking the events and see whether the time is put in. Fred Elliott. Well, nobody that isn't in the UK would know who he is. Right, so we're almost at the top of there. Let me have a quick double check. One final look. We've got one more in. So it won't be a full house. We'll get 13 in. Chase one around, Chalky, Coldest Pillow, Hanson is the new name that's in. Houdini, Jez Dev, Larry, Semi-Pro, Smoking Sid, Spectre Dawn, Stefan, Travis, and Wink at Me. So that'll be about it, I would think. And one more spam in the lobby for me. And then we're good to go. Well, John Higgins got himself 5 frames to 1 behind this afternoon. Then I thought he was going to dig himself out a hole. And then he blew it when he had a chance. Well, he had a chance to get back into that 10th frame. But he blew it on the black. Missed not a difficult black, unless he was trying to do something with the cue ball. But he missed it by quite a margin for a player of his standard. And the I can't remember the Chinese player's name, but he's a very good player, that boy. But he beat Higgins 6-4 in the other match, the semi-final match, I think it is. First semi-final match is just starting right now, and it should be on ITV4. Right, so tonight I'm just broadcasting on YouTube and Twitch. You know something, I watched that Selby match and I can't remember half of it. I can't remember half of it at all. Right, so the rooms are up. Well, it looks as if Larry's getting a bye. Larry will be pleased. Let's have a quick look. Oops, what the hell's going on here? Right, we've got Semi-Pro Jezdev dangerous with 6 and out. Semi-Pro better be in his toes, and if he gets through Larry's line and weight, Stefan against Spectre Dawn, Stefan getting the 7 ball. Well, that's not quite as dangerous because Stefan, again, blows hot and cold. He can certainly pop balls if he takes the chances that he might get. Travis against Chase 1 around, Smoking Sid's got a bye, and Chalky is up against Hansen. I wonder if this Hansen guy's going to show up. Chalky's getting 6 and out. That's a very dangerous handicap. I'll tell you a bit more about Chalky in a minute. Houdini, cold as pillow. Chalky is an old Virtual Pool 3 player. One of the better snooker players that we had at the time. And if I remember right, Larry, and Larry might confirm this, I think Chalky was the only player in Virtual Pool 3 to make a 147 in a tournament match, and he made it in the World Championships, the Snooker World Championships. That was long before I was streaming, though. But I'm sure it was Chalky that did it, and there's no record of it, which is the annoying thing. But he was asking if Friday Night 9 Ball still is a regular tournament. Of course, we told him it is. Welcome to Travis, Joseph Travis, that is. So I think we're going to get and see if Stefan can get his finger out and bloody play something decent, because I know he can. Didn't Magic make one? Not in tournament play, as far as I know, Mark. Not at all. I'm just saying there, John Sabadin you were talking about. He must have been well into his 80s. John Sabadin. And loads of stuff in the telly. He was in The Saint. He was in, God, you name it. He was in a lot of stuff back in the day. 84. I thought he'd be into his 80s. John Sabadin. Well, Stefan's off to a flyer. He's 1-0 up. Right, I don't think I've got enough viewers here at the moment. I don't know how many's on Twitch. How many's on Twitch? Because it's more important how many's on Twitch at the moment than how many's on YouTube. Because there's only 3 in Twitch. Right. For you guys on Twitch, I am coming to the conclusion that I'm going to kill Twitch altogether and just focus on YouTube. I may well keep Kick up and running, even though nobody uses it, and it's the best in terms of the return that you get on it. I mean, it's a quick turnaround to actually watch it. There's about a 1.5 second delay on Kick, but nobody uses it. Whether it will improve in terms of how it connects to Restream, I don't know. But I honestly don't think it's worth it keeping Twitch going when I'm trying to get to 1,000 viewers on YouTube. And well, that's the way it goes. And a lot of folk are bailing out of Twitch, by the way. So be aware that Twitch is going to probably stop sooner rather than later, put it that way. So Spectre Dawn looks as if he's going to square it up straight away here. And balls are flying in again. The 1 and the 6 ball's gone. And the 2 balls just ducked away behind that 5. So, or has it? Can he get to it? He can get to it, but he can't pot it. No, I haven't seen him. So what is it you hate about YouTube, Mark? I want you to come up with 3 excuses as to why you hate YouTube. Delay. Right. So if I keep Kick going, you can watch it in Kick. It's even quicker than Twitch. That answers that. Right, this is a feather edge on this 2 ball. And that was pretty good. Well, kick isn't worse. Kick's fine as far as the delay goes. It's the best and shortest delay of everything. So it is. Well, Stefan can try and use the 3 as a stopper and try and get in that gap between the 5 and 9, but he hasn't. I thought he would have been brave to try and get up into the gap between the 5 and 9 and get up top, maybe towards that 4 and 8 ball. Well, ball in hand, a mistake from Spectre Dawn. So, let's see what Stefan can do. Just needs to get to the 7 ball. So, he doesn't want to hook himself behind the 4. He wants to go that direction, but he doesn't want to hook himself behind the 4, and he doesn't want to scratch either like that, which is shot himself right in the foot. Straight off the bat. And that's this rack going for you, Stefan. Can't afford the unforced errors against anybody, but especially against Spectre Dawn. Very unlikely he's going to mess this up. Hopefully the audio is good, clear. For any latecomers there, again, I'm going to be repeating myself for some of you guys, but Albanario contacted me there on Facebook, asking me what times that I would be available to try and cover this semi-final match in the 10 ball World Championships, and he said, what about 9:30 in the morning Sunday or 1 PM in the afternoon Sunday? In which case I said, no, unfortunately, I'm working. So, and again, you've got to understand also that there's a big time difference between Albanario and Vinces, at least 7 hours, I would think, and that makes it very difficult to get a suitable time for the 2 of them. So, all we have to hope is that it's at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and that Steve or Slim can get out of their beds and catch it, because I would like to see it. But I probably won't be there. Well, I certainly won't be unless we finished early. No, isn't? No, Vince says isn't German. He's from South America. or Central America. He's from one of those. I think he's from Colombia. Somebody will put me right there in a minute, but he's not German. So if Albinario can sort out another time later on in the day, then I may well be there. But until that's confirmed on the board, I don't know anything at the moment. So Spectre Dawn 2-1 up and about to go 3-1 up. Yeah, I think he's Colombia. I can't be bothered going to look and double check, but I think he is. If anybody else will check for me, they'll let me know. So don't forget, we've got what week is it now? Is it week 5 tomorrow in the 9-ball Winter League? Big matches tomorrow, especially for the Gamblers and VP4TV. The Gamblers, of course, are undefeated, and they're at the top of the league. VP4TV are in second place because we lost them first time around. Was it week 6? I thought it was week 5. I thought, oh, I can't be bothered looking to check that either. It's week 6. Right, well, Matt said he'll be there tomorrow, so I've just got my fingers crossed that he's going to show up. And Larry's in, Bill's got a week off, and Tam is in. And meanwhile, Spectre Dawn marches on. Now, I think the angle he's got here in this 5, let's have a wee look behind this, because, yeah, he's trying to drop it into the side because the angle wasn't great. It just meant he had to do more work with the cue ball. So now this is the one that will make or break the rack. Bit of left-hand English to check the cue ball and come straight down. And that will do it. There was something else. Aye, right. Now the other thing I'm going to say, and I need some support from you guys. In fact, we'll do that while Spectre Dawn's messing about here. Let's just double check. In case you weren't in the lobby the other day, I was posting this thing here. See these two tournaments here? The 9-ball World Championship is already past its anniversary, and the Snooker World Championships, which really should run almost concurrent with the real World Championships, which it did last year, so it's coming up on its anniversary. So these two tournaments here should be the next 2 tournaments that are written up, copied, and actually open for sign-ups while this Honolulu thing's about to run. The 2 of them should be up and running right now, because they're the 2 that are due in terms of anniversary. So I haven't obviously, unless I'm in the live stream with Steve, I can't get a hold. I'm not going to PM him about it because he usually ignores it anyway. But if I get a hold of him on the stream, then that's what I'll be saying to him. What the hell's happened to Friday Night 9-ball? Why the hell has that disappeared? There it is. Right. That's what I want. That there, and then check that time. So that's what should be the next 2 big tournaments. Welcome to Wit. Spectre Dawn looks as if he's going to breeze through this, because this will be 5 in a row for him. Stefan won the first rack, and that's been about it. When Spectre Don gets these balls going in, he's running out. Yeah, that is chalky. Yeah. I was just telling them that Chalky's the only player in Virtual Pool 3 that made a 147 in a World Championship in a tournament match. I never seen it, but I was in the lobby. I can't remember why I didn't go in and see it, but he made a 147 in VP3 in a tournament. And he looks as if he's maybe thinking of playing a wee bit more Virtual Pool 4 if time permits him, because he was asking if the Friday night Ning Ball tournament's a regular tournament. Of course it is. It's been a regular tournament since Virtual Pool 3. Spectre Dawn 5-1 up. Dodgy cut in the 3. He blasts it in. Well, all it needs now is Romario to show up out the blue. Now that we know he's alive. And he's overcut it. Is he going to get away with it? Yes, he is. Now, if I'm Stefan, I'm giving this a blast in case I fluke the 7. Because he's dead and buried anyway. If he doesn't know, he's going to scratch. Unless it checks up. I doubt whether Diggler will show his face under the guise of Diggler. With his fraudulent activity that went on with this tournament thing he was meant to be setting up. That died a death and then he disappeared. After taking folks' money. He might be in jail now for all we know. Well, Semi-Pro has blasted Jeddev off the table. 7 racks to 0. And we know that, I think, did I say that earlier on? I think Larry's lying in wait for Semi-Pro. So they're just about to get underway. And you would think this match is all but over. It's a big ask for Stefan to be getting to the 7 ball 6 times in a row before Spectre Dawn gets out. This will be a bigger miracle than Larry's comeback in the league a couple of weeks ago. So 8 ball goes in. And the 1 ball, how's that look? That's not a problem. So 1 ball there, 2 ball there, 3 ball there, out into the table for the cut and the 4 ball. This match is over. I'll say that right now. Got sectioned. Are you serious? Where did you hear that? I think Slim said he put money into it. Oh, I never knew that. Serious mental health issues then, clearly. Well, there we go. As quick as that. Well, we think well, we're not sure about Glenn 100%. I just think he was Frankel. Right, so we're going to nip in and catch Semi-Pro and Larry. Still in the first rack. I'm going to do it. Excuse me, a quick check to see how Chalky's getting on. Where the hell is he? He's 4-2 up against Hansen. Right. Bloody thing to work. No, you can't. I'll tell you what, though. Now that I think about it, that email address I found. I don't know whether Glenn used the Solaris forum. I'm going to trawl through it and search for his name and see if because I can go into the profile and check the emails that they used to register, and that's what I did with Romario and sent him an email and luckily got a response. I wonder if Glenn had an email address. Well, if he was on the forum, I don't recall that many posts from him if he was. I might have a look and see if I can find him, and just send an email, see what happens, because you never know. So Semi-Pro off the mark, ball in the break, 6 ball is gone, thin cut the 1 past the 5. And he should be out. Now, I wonder if I can do that on my phone. I've never logged into, excuse me, I've never logged into the Solaris forum on my phone, so I've got the bloody hiccups now. Let me see. Let me see if I can find anything. See if I can get into admin mode. Right. Right, I'm logged into the forum on my phone. Right, administration. Now we'll get the bloody hiccups again. Excuse me. Right, manage users and search for a username. Find a member. Right, let's try that. See if we can find him. Hang on a minute. There we go. GLE. Where the hell's the N? Right. I found him. I found him in the forum. Now, if I go into administrate user, where the hell is it? Right, there we are. User administration, Glenn. Right, he's got a BT internet email address. So he is in the forum, so I'm going to send an email to that address. I'm not doing it now, but I'll do it tomorrow and see if we get any joy. It'd be good to hear that everything was okay. Yeah, he's definitely registered on the Solaris forum, and there is a BT Internet email address. So I'm going to just send an email and see what happens. Is Callie still up? Good God, that's older than GameSpy. Right, so Larry has squared the match. And Larry getting last two, so he just needs to get to the 8 ball. And he should be doing that right now. Nice angle on this 6 ball. Just got to make sure he doesn't do anything daft and scratch in the left-hand side pocket, because that's always on. He starts spinning this cue ball a bit too much. He's checked it up, staying well clear of the side pocket. Now, just up into the middle of the table, maybe for the 8 ball into the same pocket. It just depends what he thinks. Needs to miss the 8, that'll do it. The VIP ladder is still up. It's been up all along. So, Larry into the lead. Looking to build on it as usual. Got to try and get away. But it's dry. It's dry. And possible billiard, stun billiard onto the 6. I don't know that the 2 is going to go in though. It might go in off the jaw, but I don't know whether semi-pro is going to get adventurous. He's trying duck behind the 4 and 9. He's hit it way too heavy. Right, let's get ITVX on my phone so I can keep an eye on the snooker. Where the hell is it? There we go. Oh, that's going to fluke the 7 in. Larry will take that. 5. Snooker Players Championship. Watch live. Must be in between frames. I've got adverts on at the moment. That must be the first frame over. Well, Larry misses the 1, but he's left this 1 fairly tight. And of course, the problem here is semi-pro's got to try and come down and still see that 2 ball. The 2 balls, you can't get at it, so it's going to need some sort of bump. Meanwhile, Larry can bank the 1 up the table. He's trying to sneak behind the 3. He looks pretty good. And that'll do. I mean, you can't get to it when you have to kick. Mark Allen won the first frame against Sally Carter. Oh, that's a good outcome. Good kick safe there from semi-pro. And Larry can't go up and down. He's not got enough room past the 9 ball. And it's tight to get to this 1 past the 5 as well. And he's nailed it. And the 1's going to go in. And he's had a bump the 2. How about that for a result? Little bump to nudge the 2 into play. Now can he cut it? Oh, he can cut that, no problem. Just a feather edge. Cue ball's going to be running all over the place. No idea whether we'll have a shot in the three though. And maybe he's trying to convince himself he can cut this in. Yeah, he's got to get it really thin. Yep, that was the difficulty of it. It wasn't as easy. He'll settle for that though. So Larry's getting a little roll of the ball here and there. Zhang Anza, he's from China. Yeah, he's a bloody good player. I mean, he could. That's a foul, I think. Is it? No, I thought it was a foul. That was a good kick from semi-pro then. Yeah, he could do well at the World Championships, that boy. Really tough player. Oh, three white, but it's gone in. Well, the doors have been open for him because of all those other Chinese boys that have been booted out the game with their dodgy dealings that they were doing. Aye, Snoop Dogg, BT Internet. Well, there you go. Send him an email. Send an email to that address and see if you get anything, whether it kicks it back to you to say it's dead, or whether you might get something, because you never know. I'll send one tomorrow if you don't. Wilson is off and on. Who the hell are you talking about now? Oh, is this predictive text you're talking about? You were trying to type Williams. Oh, Gary Wilson, now I've got you, aye. Yeah. I mean, he got to the... He was in that semi-final with... What's his name? Wasn't he? He was in that semi-final that went sort of all the way a few years back, just 2 or 3 years ago. Who do you call him was playing it? Oh, I can't remember his name. Right, so Larry pinched that last frame there, and I don't know what happened because I was busy reading the chat. Somebody will be paying attention watching this. Well, you know, when I was on the forum earlier on today, I cleared out about another 30 spam bot profiles that were inactive because they needed to be activated. So whenever I see anything that's not a name that I recognise, then they all just get deleted. But I went into the VP3 video section in the forum, and Patrick, you know, Concentrator, well, he had multiple names. He'd actually put a link in the Celeris forum about a pile of VP3 videos that he'd uploaded to a channel on YouTube, and I was trawling through them this afternoon. He must have maybe about it feels like a couple of hundred videos. Most of them are just him and shots that he's played, but there's the odd one or two. Albinario there, there's some Diggler on there, myself, there's even one shot of me. And they're all from like 19 and 20 years ago in Virtual Pool 3. No, Kyron Wilson, I think it was. I think it was Kyron Wilson and Gary. Aye, was it Kyron? Was it Kyron Wilson and Gary Wilson? Maybe I'm mixed up between the two. Maybe it was McGill. I think you might be right. I think it was McGill and him in that match. Well, Chalky's fallen over the line against Hansen. I think Chalky was giving him a healthy handicap. Oh no, tell a lie, it was the other way around. Chalky was getting 6 and out. Aye. So Chalky's finding it a lot tougher in Virtual Pool 4. Well, the whole reason I don't play a lot of VP4 now is because I'm shit, and I don't want to play unless I'm competitive. And that my VP4 days are gone, I'm afraid. I can't see to pot balls at a distance in the snooker table. Well, Larry's given semi-pro a freebie here. Yeah, well, that's true. I mean, Glenn did play a lot of snooker. No, the only thing I play on my days off, I've been doing that. Well, I managed to get a couple of games in this week. We play cowboy doubles in the morning on my days off when there's like 4 of us. Yeah, you can still play VP3 if you want, but the thing is, the tough thing is trying to get it to work in Windows 10. I couldn't get it to work. DJ Simon said he could get it to work in Windows 10. And then if you want to play LAN play, you can probably do it on that. Not Hamachi. I think Hamachi's dead and gone. I might be wrong, but there's a website which I can't remember the name of the website, but you can still play VP3 on there. Who is the Chinese woman? What, in the box? That's the Black Widow. On the box for Virtual Pool 3, that's Jeanette Lee. She was one of the top women pool players in the States at the time. And oh, so Hamachi is still going. Well, I think you can probably still play VP3 on Hamachi, but I think there's an actual website, game something. I can't remember the name of it. Maybe somebody will remember it. And VP3 is listed on there, and you can play it on there. But you've got to get it working on your computer first of all. I've still got. Well, I mean, obviously the latest version of Virtual Pool 3 is what you would download off the Solaris website. Although again, it still puzzles me why it's still on sale. No, I don't think she died. She was seriously ill with it, but I don't think she died yet, unless I've missed something. I think she's probably in remission or something like that. Why, VP3 was a lot easier compared to VP4. I mean, the physics in VP3 were crazy compared to Virtual Pool 4. That was the first thing. You could do all sorts of crazy stuff with the cue ball in VP3. And I mean crazy stuff. I'm just going to just hold up. That's pretty good. The only thing is he's going to have to probably jack up to avoid running into the 9. I don't know whether the angle's good. It might be good from his end as he's looking at it. Yeah, it is. It's fine. So Larry's going to restore the 2 rack late with Pat Taylor. He didn't need the 9 ball, did he? I keep forgetting the handicap. Oh, aye, the graphics in VP4 were like, it was like night and day comparing it to VP3. So it was. When I always said to Steve, right before Virtual Pool 4 went online, I said, look, you should set up so that Virtual Pool 3 can be played through Solaris online as well. I think he would have had a lot more customers online if he did that. If he'd went to the bother of setting up Virtual Pool 3 to play online through here, rather than just Virtual Pool 4 on its own. Apart from the fact it would have been good customer service, it might well have encouraged a lot more people to upgrade to Virtual Pool 4. In fact, I'd probably still go in and play a bit of Virtual Pool 3 if it was still set up, but that ain't going to happen now. I've still got the Jeanette Lee box with the disc in it. I've got the other version that came out in the box. I can't remember who was it that was the publisher of it. I've got that because I ordered them from the States. I ordered about 4 or 5 of it from the States, and I sold them on to Virtual Pool 3 players. Well, there's a big boo-boo from Semi-Pro. And Larry has got ball in hand here. High ball cleanly goes. Oh, the yardage started early tonight. I was in bed at 9:15 last night, which is early for me. Oh, I won't be in bed at 9:15 tonight. Well, Larry just needs to get high enough. I mean, overhit it, if anything, but don't underhit it. So Semi-Pro has got himself backed into a corner here. And it'll be an even bigger corner, or an even tighter corner he'll be in if Larry can get the brake working. One frame apiece in the Mark Allen Ali Carter match. So your Tesco has a Greggs in it. Is that up at the counters where the fresh meat used to be? You're telling me you've got a Greggs in your Tesco? I mean, I think that's appalling. I think it's appalling that we've got a shitty bloody what do you call it? Yo Sushi bar at our counter. I would rather have a Greggs every day of the week. Yeah, I've known that for quite a while, that he was getting treatment. I've seen him. I think he's made a new program, and I saw him in the telly the other day. The hairy biker, something or other, and he doesn't look well. You can tell he doesn't look well. Yeah, well, the sooner they rip out this Yo Sushi, because I'll tell you something. This Yo Sushi place, see when they open up in the morning or prior to them opening up, the place stinks to high heaven. So it does. See when you walk past the place, absolutely humming it is. Yeah. I said give it 6 months and this place will be shutting down, but it's still open. I don't know whether it's that profitable, but the sooner it goes, the better, as far as I'm concerned. They open up a Greg's. Oh yeah, couple of pasties. That'll do me for a quick tea break. They would do a lot more custom. They get rid of our chicken counter where you can get chicken wings, chicken legs. They got rid of that and opened up a bloody Yo Sushi bar. Well, they ain't saying, are they? I mean, well, he went in for a checkup with his prostate, but they haven't officially said that's what it was. It's more than likely it will be, but they ain't making it public. Well, Larry is going to have to do the bill short jump here on this 4-ball. Yeah, but they haven't said what it is though. That's the thing. Well, Larry would like another go at that attempted jump. Pancreatic cancer. Well, the main thing, it doesn't matter what cancer it is. The main thing about it is whether they've caught it soon enough. Because if they have, then that's fine. Because it's when it then spreads to the liver and kidneys and everything else down below that you're in serious trouble. No, it's not. It's whether it's spread to any other organs. That's the biggest concern you would have. Well, Winketney's fallen over the line against Houdini. 7 racks to 6. Oh, this 5-ball looks dodgy. It's dodgy for the scratch. And Travis has fallen over the line as well against Chase One Around, another final rack decider. Well, he's avoided the scratch, and look at the cue ball. That's well done. He's going to have a bit of a cutback though. Trying to hold the cue ball. Another dodgy cut in the 8-ball needed as well to get back within 1. That was well played, well controlled. Well, that's the one thing about wealth and everything. Doesn't matter who you are in the world. You're always going to fall foul of ailments and all sorts of stuff. But yes, he'll be certainly getting the best treatment he can get. No doubt about that. No NHS hospital treatment for him. He'll be in that place in London. That's where he'll go, unless he has to go to a specialist cancer place. I was watching that Dangerous Roads. I see all the episodes are up online. I was watching the first episode. It was Rod Gilbert, the first thing he'd done since he got the all clear from his cancer treatment. Oh God, where the hell were they? Where were they driving? We're driving across the Alps from Italy. See some of the bloody mountain roads in the Alps. I mean, these are just dirt track roads that people basically went, took maybe a horse and cart up and over the mountains. They were driving in a bloody Land Rover. That was scary shit, I'll tell you. Right, so 5 apiece. 3 balls going in. And a shot in the 1. Oh, this is not easy, I'll tell you. I mean, you're guaranteed you're going to be in the 2 ball. You don't really have to worry about what you're doing with the cue ball as long as you don't sort of brush off the 5 and scratch somehow. But the pot in itself is tough enough. And he's nailed it. Yeah, they're all on. They're all up on the website. All of the episodes. I mean, there's a lot of folk on it I don't know. I mean, her that was with Rod Gilbert, whatever her name is, she's been in quite a few of the panel shows I've seen her on. That's the only place I've ever seen her. But she's got an obsession with bunkers, not in a golf course. Old German bunkers built into the Alps. She get really excited about it. Well, Semi-Pro was telling me to get out of the room, and all of a sudden things have turned in his favour. Not as long as we're all still part of the United Kingdom. Plus, we won't have we'll be a republic, the Republic of Scotland, with a First Minister. A black Scottish king. I think your chances of that would be Tony Sober out of porridge. Tony Osoba. McLaren was found wrapped up in a newspaper on a step in Greenock. That was his life history. You've got to have watched Porridge to know what I'm talking about. Well, Larry's going to have to dig out another one, but just this one to get him to the hill. This 8 ball. And he'll be breaking for the match. Well, a couple of balls are going in. Unfortunately for Larry, one of them was the cue ball. So here's Semi-Pro's chance to take it all the way. And he really should be out. Ball in hand, 2 ball into the side, 3 ball into the corner. Got to leave the little cut angle in the 3 so he can get up the table. Good evening to Mooncake. Well, 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, GMT. I'll be there for coverage of the matches in the Winter 9-Ball League. If you miss it, it'll be up on the YouTube channel. If you want to catch up with how things go tomorrow. Mark Allen has just did a century break to go 2-1 in front against Ali Carter. He's gone for the 4 rails with a black ball. Over near it. Well, we don't need a big win, we just need a bloody win. That's all we need. I'll just settle for the win. Well, semi-pro's break has given him the 3 ball. But he can't get to the 1. He can't get to the 1 at all. He's going to have to push out and just leave the edge of that 1 ball showing. Now, what does Larry do? Does he put him back in? Or does he play this? I think I'd be putting him back in. I would definitely be putting him back in. And he has done. LS3 signed up for the snooker. As I think it's what she does on a regular basis, but half the time nobody else shows up for it. That's not a bad shot, but Larry, I think, can try and just tweak this cue ball and get it behind the 9 and 6. Oh, he's going to find a gap. So here's the chance for semi-pro. The 1 and 8 combo's not a problem. He just has to play this at a pace that the 1 ball will stay there. But the thing is that he doesn't want the 1 ball to go in if he hasn't got control of this cue ball. The 1 ball has got in and he has got control of it. Aye, well, that's one thing I don't do in VP4 snooker is make centuries. So I'm nowhere near any good at it now. What was my highest break virtual? I think it's about 50 something when I played a couple of frames. I can't remember. Well, you'll be getting yourself into the Virtual World Snooker Championships then this year. And I wonder if Barker's is going to show up out the woodwork to defend his title from the third for the third time. Well, semi-pro, after blaming me for his misfortunes early on when I arrived in the room, has got through by 7 racks to 6. So Larry moves over to that 1 loss side. Let's have an update. So we've now got semi-pro through, waiting to play Spectre Dawn or Travis. Travis get 6 and out against semi-pro. It's 1 apiece there at the moment. Smoking Sid and Chalky, it's 3-2. Let's go in and see how Chalky's playing. Well, these two players are really old virtual pool players from back in the day. In fact, Chalky's that poor he's only got a bloody house queue unless I'm waiting and it loading up. And Smoking Sid's got a queue. But Chalky, I don't think's. It might have loaded by now. I don't know. He's probably just stuck with a house queue. No, and that was the same the year before. Barker's signed up for the World Snooker Championship 2 years ago and won it. And then we never saw him for the rest of the year. And then he signed up for it last year and won it for the second time in a row. And Stefan survives on the one-loss side. He's taken out Chase one around. Smoking Sid's trying to duck for cover. Yeah, that needs to spin. It has done. And that's good enough. And Chalky is stuck with a house queue, so he's limited in what he can do. He probably doesn't have a jump queue either. Yeah. He's going to struggle stuck with that piece of wood. How much is a pie from Greg's? I haven't a clue. I don't look at the prices when I'm buying food and I'm hungry. I just decide I need one of them inside me and buy it. The cheese and bacon pasties that they do, they're lovely. Can Chalky get to the 3-ball? Yes, he can. And he hasn't got the cue ball across far enough now. He'll be trying to duck behind. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, he should be ducked behind the 7 and 6 ball every day of the week here. No, he's going all out for the bank. And he's got it. No great shot though in the 6. Right, come on, Vinegar Bob, tell us who you are. Who are you in Virtual Pool for? You've got me guessing. I think that's too close for the billiard. Yeah. Well, Smoking Sid should be out here. I'm nobody in VP4. Well, that gives us a clue. Now, wrong answer, Vinegar Bob. You get the bean pasty as well, don't you? Cheese and onion pasty. There's that pattern with the 3 balls again. You will never see that in Shooter's Pool, by the way. You will never see that in Shooter's Pool. Anybody that's got a Shooter's Pool, go online and play some racks of 9-ball, break the balls. You'll see how nice they break in Shooter's Pool compared to Virtual Pool 4. Virtual Pool 4 is a shambles compared to that. I went in and did some testing the other day. The balls break perfectly in Shooter's Pool. You don't get this silly regular pattern that you have in VP4. And Steve ain't interested in fixing it. It should never be there, that pattern, with such regularity. The Indian place that I sometimes order stuff from, and I don't order any of the Indian food, I order their big burgers that they do. They're brilliant. But the problem with this local Indian place is that if you ask for anything with cheese on it, if you can have chips and cheese and various things like that. If you ask for a burger with cheese on it, well, that's fine until the burger arrives, then you realise they've put mozzarella on it. And it's like eating a burger with string on it. So it is. You don't put mozzarella cheese on a burger. No way. But that's what they do in this place. Marcus was in the 2022 10-ball World Championship, was he? Never knew that. Well, that's probably the only other big tournament he's been in. Well, back all square, 4 apiece. And obviously Chalky hasn't played much of EP4 at all in all the time it's been here. Hence why his rating's down at 1672. Well, that's what you call the soft break, the house cue break in VP4. Oh, he didn't want to go that direction. I don't know what Sid was thinking there. Well, what was wrong with coming down this side and getting to the 2 from here? Why did he check that up as much to try and come down in the short side where the 5 and 4 are blocking the path to get to the 2? That was a bit crazy. Well, Chalky's got his work cut out. He's going to have to play the 4-7 combo. And that 4 ball will be heading along the short rail, or at least onto the short rail up top. He's got to get the 3 ball in the hole first, though. Well, I know what I'd be doing, Sid. No prizes for guessing what I'd be doing here. Feather edge, just bump it back to the short rail on the bottom and duck up top. Always left the gap. Well, he will if he gets himself a decent cue. And he plays a lot more regularly. I don't think that'll happen though. Although he might get into it if he's back next week for the tournament. Oh dear. I'm going downhill rapidly again, but I'm going downhill rapidly a bit earlier. I think the problem is I've still got the heating on and I'm getting a bit warm, and that's making me even more tired, so I'm going to be back in a minute. I'll go down and switch that off. Right, I'm back. Was this going near the legs? I don't think it has. Has it? Is it? Oh! Well, Smoking Sid's been a bit generous here. Chalky just needs a 6 ball. Right, let's have... Well, we'll watch the break and then we'll have a quick update. Yeah, he's going to struggle to get a ball in the break with that break. Right, so... Semi-pro through, waiting on the winner of Spectre Dawn and Travis. Spectre Dawn's got a 2-rack lead there, 5-3 up. And then this is the match we're in. Wink at Me is 5-2 down against Cold as Pillow. That's a scratch match. Larry is 2-0 up against Houdini. Houdini's getting 7 and out. And that's about it. Good evening to Bedhead. Well, Bedhead, I would keep an eye on the 2023 10 ball. Albanarius, I think, trying to arrange his match for Sunday with Vinces. He was asking me earlier on whether 9:30 in the morning would be suitable Sunday, which it isn't because I'll be at work. And then he said, what about 1 PM Sunday? I said, well, I won't be there for that either because I'll still be at work. So, if it's going to be streamed, then either Steve or Slim are going to have to get out of bed pretty early if it was 9:30 in the morning, because that'd be like 4:30 Eastern time. I don't know whether they'd be so keen to do that. What was I trying to do there? I'm trying to get to the... Here we are. Signed in on a phone to the VP4 online. 23, go. Right, it's still not been scheduled yet, so... It's a big test for Spectre Dawn. I mean, he's done a lot of the hard work. You know, when he beat Albanari and Cobra to send him over to the win-loss side, but he's, you know, it could be that Vincenzo got a second go at him you never know. It's only races to 13, that one loss side, so Albinari will be sweating. Good evening to Cobra, and good evening to Bill. Now, again, I'm going to repeat myself. The Virtual 9-Ball World Championship last year started in February. I think quite early on in February, and so we're already past the anniversary of the 9-Ball World Championships, and the Snooker World Championships last year was done in April to coincide with the real Professional World Championships, which is on at the same time. So those are the two tournaments that should be set and open for sign-ups while this Honolulu thing's going to be running. So Steve wants to get them done sharpish. Problem is I've not had a chance to have a word with him to sort of hint that that's what should be done. Well, Cowboy's not due. In fact, let's just get that confirmed. I'm going top to bottom on the events. Now, if you look at that, 9-ball and the snooker. In fact, the Cowboy one's not even on there. Why is the Cowboy one not showing? That was November. It's past its. In fact, if you go back to that, then Cowboys past its anniversary, and then the World 9-Ball Championships past its anniversary. So in theory, those are the two that should run next. Well, we should have three. Aye, we do need a Cowboy one. Cobra's tongue's hanging out for a Cowboy one. Cowboy one was a very good tournament, by the way, for a lot of the guys that didn't like the idea of it, especially Cobra. What's wrong with running three of them at the same time? The live streams morning, noon, and night. Well, Bedhead, you can go down on your hands and knees and pray. Junk Honolulu, says Larry. Well, Chalky is through with that 6 and out handicap by 7 racks to 4. Smoking Sid's heading over to the 1 loss side to join Larry. So let's have another update. Hang on a minute. Right. Where have we got to now? So we've got semi-pro still waiting on Spectre Dawn, who's now on the hill against Travis. Chalky's through, of course. Wink at Me and Coldest Pillow. Coldest Pillow on the hill. And Larry's waiting on... No, Hans... no, what the hell? Who's Larry waiting on? Is he waiting on the loser coming across? I don't know what the hell's happening. I think he is. So there's actually nothing happening on the 1 loss side at the moment. Right, so who can we jinx? Let's go in and see if we can jinx Coldest Pillow. Wink at Me has got it back to within 2. Hansen, who is he waiting on though? Is he waiting on the loser coming through? Is that why I don't understand it? That's probably what it is. So wink at me. Watch that cue ball. Oh. Ah, right. So it's that match that they're waiting on coming in. The loser coming across. So wink at me should be out here. Well, you go forward and check this up a bit with a wee bit of left. Unless the line's good enough. Get off the rail though. So wink at me needs a good break to put the pressure on. Ball in a shot. Well, because they haven't bought a game queue. They haven't spent any of their V dollars. Like, for example, Chalky there that we were watching. Chalky's, I think Chalky could count on one hand how many times he's been in the virtual pool lobby since virtual pool went online. And that's the one. Well, there's a sucker shot there from Coldest Pillow if ever you've seen one, and he's going to be buried here in a second. And Coldest Pillow's had a brain fart. Well, as long as you do stuff like that tonight and get it out of your system. Yeah, so Chalky hasn't even got around to investing in a queue because he's not here often enough to be playing. But you would see the immediate value in getting a playing queue rather than that house queue. But he could end up being a Yamaguchi Taro with the house queue if he sticks with it. Yep, the jinx is definitely on. So this will be foul number 2 here if Coldest Pillow doesn't get a hit. And that's going to be ball in hand, foul number 2. Now, with ball in hand, you've got to go for the out because this table again is perfect to be getting out on. But that was a good hit though by Coldest Pillow. I mean, it was a wee bit heavier and he might have pushed that ball to the rail and got away with it. So, just drop the 4 in, but you want to be as straight as you can on this 5 ball because that way you're just dropping the 6 into the other side. Well, he could go forward and check it back. Now that's perfect for a little dinky stun back for the 7 into the same pocket. Now, what he really wants to do is have any sort of angle in this 8 ball where he's going back across for this 9. Now, see, that's not actually ideal where he is in this 8 because that side pocket worries you when you're there. That's why he's running forward. Has it got the legs? Just caught the edge of the pocket, that's perfect. Squeaky bum time for Coldest Pillow. Alright, Albinario sent me a response here. I'll just read it out to you in a minute. Hang on. Albinario says, oh, you're joking. Oh, that's brilliant. He says we are playing 2 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday. That's great, because I'll be there for that, because I finish at 9:45 tomorrow morning. I can't spell. Hang on. Right, so I don't know whether it's confirmed yet on the tourney page, but bloody thing, hang on. Right, that'll do. Done. Right, well that's great news. Right, it's 2-2 at the mid-session interval with Mark Allen and Ali Carter. I've just missed the end of the match, but wink at me's, as soon as I went into the room, pulled his pillow was 6-4 up, and never doubt my talents. Well, I will certainly be there for that match tomorrow. If it is confirmed, it's going to be at 2 p.m. I don't know whether Albie's done it yet. We'll have a quick look and just hopefully get it confirmed. I always like to see it in black and white, and then I know that it's definite, rather than just him telling me right now. Well, there we go. Superb. I will be there for that. 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. Albinaria versus Vinces. So I hope you can join us, guys. And if you can't, it'll be on the channel. What the hell am I doing? That's where I want to be. It should be a good match. But the thing is, if Albinarius breaks as shit as it's been all the way through the tournament, Vinces could win me a good chance here. So Semi-Pro is now up against Spectre Dawn. Chalky's now playing Wink at Me with 6 and out. So we'll get and see. In fact, let's have a look at the win-loss side. First, Stefan and Smoking Sid are just starting. Jezdev and Coldest Pillow are just about to start. And Jezdev's getting 6 and out. So Coldest Pillow is hanging on by a knife edge tonight. He's going to be up against it in that match. And Travis and Hansen are just starting. So Larry's got another wee bit of a wait. So let's get in and see if Semi-Pro can send Spectre Dawn to the win-loss side. Oh, aye, what was it? I'm sure he's Columbia. I'll do it just to put my mind at ease. KYL. That's not it. But that's his name, isn't it? KYLV, isn't it? Why can't I find his bloody name? How do you spell his name? Stub, now that you've joined us, see, get yourself out of your bed tomorrow. You can watch the Albinario Vinces match. How do we spell Vinces' name? KYLVINZ or something like that. Why can't I find the bugger? KYL. Oh, shit. Oh, God. He's not there. I thought it was KYLV. How the hell do we... The hell with that. KYLI. That's what it is. Right, hang on. Where the hell am I going? Hold on. KYLI. KYLI. Ah, there he is. Oh, he's got some stupid flag, but he's definitely Colombia. I'll still say he's Colombia. That Stubbs nuclear missile's getting pissed on. Back to this bracket. But that's enough of this tabbing out business. We're missing the match. Right. Focus time. Welcome to Blind Hog. There's Monster moaning again. Well, blame Witt or whoever it is that asked me to check. Yeah, well, he's not from there. I'm telling you that right now. He's not from any of the two countries, unless he's moved there. I was convinced he was from South America. I'm saying Vin says it's from Colombia. And it's up to you guys to prove me wrong. I don't care what flag he's got there. That's why I gave him a new nickname, VP Mona, instead of Monster. Well, semi-pro, off and running. Yeah, VP Mona will know. He isn't from Taiwan, is he? You just going by that flag? I'm sure he had different flags than that before. Yeah, but that's only because you're seeing he's got a Taiwan flag. I'm saying he's had a Colombian flag before, I think, unless it was in my dreams. So he's told you. Ah, bullshit. Anyway, he should change his bloody name back to Vin Says. Instead of that stupid thing he's got now. Well, semi-pro. Is he going to blow Spectre Dawn away to the one-loss side here? Fullofshit.com. Yeah, you're not telling me he used to live in Antarctica and he's moved to Taiwan because of the heat. Because it was more moderate temperatures in Taiwan. I'm sure he had I'm telling you, Bedhead, I'm sure he had one of these South American countries' flags. I'm sure he did. Else I wouldn't be saying it. Right, well, we all know what happens when Spectre Dawn gets a sniff at the table. If he gets a chance at breaking. Oh, Travis wins by forfeit. Well, Hansen's obviously left the build. So that match at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, at 10 o'clock at night for him, you're saying? Ah, well. I'll ask him tomorrow when I see him. Well, I don't know that was a great push out from Spectre Dawn, because Semi-Pro's going to have a blast at this. He's overcut it though. Now, how big a mistake is that going to cost Spectre Dawn, Semi-Pro? Because this is exactly the situation I was talking about. You're going to give him a go at the table here. And it's a reasonable enough table to be getting out on. The only problem is, the big problem is getting from the 5 to the 6. So this is a test for Spectre Dawn, which he usually comes up with a solution. And the solution might be to play that 4 ball and bump the 6. It might not be a bad thing to do. If he plays the 4 and cuts into the 6 and bumps it, he'll be unlucky not to still have a shot in the 5. So he should be thinking about that. I think that's what I'd be thinking. I'd be getting out and leaving an angle on that 4 ball, drawing the cue ball to there, and hopefully still having some sort of shot in the 5. We'll see if he does that. Commentators, I said he should do it. But if he doesn't, then this is a big test. Now he's going to be coming, presumably, back across to there. Something like that, I would assume. And that's perfect, as long as it's not straight. Oh dear, it's not that perfect. He's scratched. Well, he maybe should have listened to the commentator there and played and bumped that 6 ball. How much is the TV licence? Is it not £155 or something? Well, I pay for it. I pay for it and I hardly bloody watch it. Well, that was the commentator's cut. Well, you see, I was off angle there, Bedhead. Give me the benefit of the doubt. I was off angle. I was over here, drawing my lines at the time. But I still commentator cursed him. So that's a big mistake from Spectre Dawn, because he had the chance to get off and run in there, and Jezdev is forfeited as well. What's happened with these guys? Coldest Pillow gets it handed to him in a plate. Cue ball, and Semi-Pro immediately gives it back to Spectre Dawn. You've got to laugh. He'll be jiggling the cue around doing that. You see Glitter's house now. What we're talking about now? In fact, Spectre Dawn is going for the quick out here with a 1-9 combo, and in they both go. So now he needs a break to start working immediately. Two ball goes in, and the 1 ball. Well, the 1 ball ain't going anywhere, so he's got to try and duck here. And that will do it. That will do. So, well, there's a line behind the 9 ball and between the 9 and 6. If we talk that, Jimmy Savile had a cottage up in Glencoe. That got torn down. They levelled that cottage in Glencoe. Did he have another one in Wales? He had a cottage in he had a cottage up in Glencoe, which they pulled down. Nabbed it from the Borg. Well, semi-pro with a 4-rack lead. I'm surprised as what do you call him? Has he not been up for a? I mean, the BAFTAs were just during the week there, weren't they? But did Steve Coogan not? Was he not up for an award for his portrayal of Jimmy Savile? No. Surely he must have been up for some sort of award. So semi-pros breaks dry. Table's not great. And the 1 ball is not in. Well, the bank is on. And the cut, if you want to be really wild. But this looks a good bank. Yeah, nailed it. The Respector Don, at the moment, is looking as if he's going to have to do it the hard way this week. Stunned through the gap. Or is he going to roll forward? Yeah, he's rolling forward. Well, he needs to slow down a bit here. He needs to slow down a bit. Oh, I don't think, has he got enough of that 4 ball? I don't think he has. I think he's overcutting it. No, he isn't. My eyes couldn't tell whether he could see enough of that. But he obviously could. Well, this is a wee bit tricky, but you don't want to mess with the 8 ball. You could just leave it over to the left-hand side there. Welcome to Hair Pig. So again, for all latecomers, and for the benefit of those who are latecomers, that is, Albinario and Vin Says are confirmed for tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m. GMT. That's 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific. Race to 13. I will be there for it. Come hell or high water. So I hope you can join us. I wonder if Steve will be getting out of his bed at that time. I noticed Steve wasn't in the lobby for a big chunk of yesterday. He must have been really busy. Not that he's actually physically there anyway. I mean, half the time he's in the lobby and he's not even there. Well, I think we'll give this to semi-pro unless he does something completely numpty here. So Spectre Dawn has been drilled 7 racks to 1. So he moves over to the 1 lost side. So now we need a catch-up. Right. Let's do a refresh view and see where we stand. We've got Coldest Pillow waiting on the winner of Stefan and Smoking Sid. Smoking Sid's 3-1 up at the moment in that match. Larry's still... Larry's through. He's waiting on a loser coming through, and it'll be the loser of the Chalky Wink at Me match, which Chalky's now finding out how things are really difficult with a house cue. He's 5-0 down against Wink at Me. Semi-Pro's waiting on the winner of that match. So I think that we'll go in and catch the rest of this match. So a scratch match, and the obvious problem is the 7-ball. Now you can get someone above the 4-ball or pot it into one of the corners up top and draw towards the 7. Well, that ain't any good. That's no good at all. A lot of work to do, because this is just not the angle you want to be trying to do anything to get to that 7-ball. So he's going to have to play the combo, and that's not ideal either. I mean, he doesn't need to play the combo. He could cut this and come across, and I don't think he'd be leaving an easy bank. Yeah, that was a big ask. And he's left it on. So Stefan has a chance to survive. Well, this is just roll forward. Get up past the side pocket. If you can. Yes, I do, Slim. Just got arranged about half an hour ago. That match with Vinces and Albinario. So Stefan, 2-ball in the break, shot in the 1, 3-ball into the side. Now, there is no way on earth Stefan should be getting out here. Now, if he's got an angle in that 4, he wants to get forward and around and out onto this 5. Well, he's checked it. And that's perfect. Oh dear. Oh dear, hang on a minute. Oh, that's one thing about Stefan, he always tries to dig himself into a hole. So absolutely no problem here. He'll be breaking for the match. I'll just stun the 8-ball in and come across a bit. No, I would have stunned and come across, Stefan. I don't like this. I don't like this. This is asking for trouble. Yeah, that's it. That is a complete numpty shot he's just played there. I mean, why he didn't just stun the 8 in and let it run out? I mean, this is obvious mistakes he's doing here. You keep it simple. And he's just blown himself out of the water there. I told you, he'll either do things right or he'll do something stupid like that and find he's going home because of it. He should have been breaking for the match there. That's just stupid. There's no excuse for it and there's no other way to describe it. It's just stupid. What do you do with that 8-ball? You stun it in and just run across a foot. and you roll the 9 in. You know, how simple is that to do? I mean, that's just shot his foot off there doing that. That's what annoys me about players. They don't play they don't just do something simple when it stared them in the face. Right. Well, Chalky is needing a miracle. Wink at me, 6-1 up. And Larry's still waiting and the loser coming through, obviously. And Coldest Pillow and Smoking Sid are about to get underway, so we're going to get into that and see if we can jinx Coldest Pillow again. And Wink at Me has confirmed the result. 7 racks to 1. Now, I wonder if is Smoking Sid still in the building? Oh, he is, so he should be coming in. I hope Chalky knows it's double elimination. Right, so we've got Coldest Pillow on the right, Lag for the break, and Smoking Sid is getting last 2 in this race to 4. Coldest Pillow wins the lag. And the 2 just nudges the 3 into the hole. Now that 7 and 8 are clear of one another. Well, where's this cue ball going? That's no good. Well, he got the jump, he just didn't have it lined up. He must have had a bit of spin in that cue tip. Well, this is a stun up the table. You just got to watch the way to shot, and he just overcooked it. Played the right shot, but just a bit too heavy. So again, it's a testy, dodgy cut, and apart from the fact that he's going to probably end up this side of the 5 ball, he's going to have no shot. In fact, he didn't play the pot at all. He's stuck for cover, and he hasn't quite got it. And Coldest Pillow will have exactly the same problem, even if he cuts the 4 in. He might get a collision here, but he's unlikely to be good on the 5. Right, well, drop that into the side pocket. I mean, that's as tight as you can get them. And that was very well played. Very well done. Now, what's the angle like? See, that's a bit straight. Needs to keep going. Well, it's going to obviously run into the 8 ball. You just got to hope you're going to come up good here. And that will do. Nice pace and a nice angle just to stun up past the 9. So first blood to Coldest Pillow. Smoking Sid getting last two. Coldest Pillow's had 6 ball in the break, no shot in the one. Although, is the bank on? No, it isn't. It's nowhere near on. That's nowhere near good enough. This is a free go for Smoking Sid. 2 ball into the side pocket past the 5, but he has to go. He has to go sort of slightly towards the 8 ball here. He wants an angle so that when he's rolling this 2 into the side, he's coming down here for the 3. He doesn't want to be the other side of the 2. He wants to be near the 8 ball, a bit like that. You see, that is perfect. You know, he's not got a lot of room to work with, but that's the perfect angle there. He doesn't want to roll too far forward and hook himself behind the 7. So you just got to watch the pace. But he should be fine. And that was well done. See, that's the thing about getting on that 4 ball. It wasn't just a case of rolling through and getting on the 4 ball and sort of leaving it. That sort of cut into the side. You had to get below it so you're cutting and heading up. And this is why you have to think about what you're doing, and a lot of players don't. You've got to think about the angle in that next ball to get to the next ball after that. And that's how you string balls together and run racks. Seems obvious to say that, but you'd be amazed at the amount of players that don't even think about that sort of stuff. So all the room in the world to get up onto the 8 ball. Now this is cut the 8 in, come down to the bottom rail and back up to the middle of the table. Well, he's playing it soft to hold it, but that'll work as well. Whatever you're comfortable with, you trust your mouse back. Let's see, I'm forgetting he's getting last 2, wasn't he? So 1 apiece. And 2 ball thought about it. The other ones get blocked by the 2. Break is dry. So you've got 2 corners of the table messed up with balls here, and they're all sort of awkward to get into a sort of hidey hole. That might work though. That will certainly work. So this is short rail with loads of left-hand English. In fact, that might be nailed to the 7. So Smoking Sid decides it's not worth trying to get to that 1 ball. He's deciding to play the deliberate foul and make it difficult with the 6 and 9, which is a wise choice of shot. So it means that Coldest Pillow with ball in hand has got work to do to break out that 6 ball. Now what he could do though is pot the 1, the 2 and the 3, but get across for the 4 on this left hand side. And he can do that, I think, because then you play the 4 on the 9 and the 6 has to go in. Well, Coldest Pillow clearly wasn't thinking, because he could have done what I suggested there and played the 4-6-9 combo. Mind you, having said that, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt, because the problem with playing the 4-6-9 combo is you don't know where the 4 ball's ended up. So now he's going to have to play for a bump, and he might be a bit too straight in the 5. Well, he's got an angle he can pinch, but he's going to have to juice this up with spin. Scratches in the line as well here, trying this. He's got the hit. Oh, now I think he's okay as long as he can just dink out past the 9. But he's too straight. He's going to have to pinch it just to come up past that 9 for the 7. So let it run out, and that'll do it. Well, this is a good little out here from Coldest Pillow. Right, let's have a quick look and see how things are going on the winner's side. We've got Semi-Pro 1-0 up against Wink at Me, who's getting, what balls that he's getting? I can't bloody well see it. He's getting 8 balls, so that's not a major handicap that Semi-Pro's given away. And a good little jump as well from CP. 4 ball goes. So, at the risk of jinxing him, he should be out. Now, can he get out of there without interfering with the 7? He's maybe going to catch the edge of it, but spin forward and around. And he doesn't want to put the 7 as a blocker. Oh, now. That 6 will cheat. It will cheat the pocket. There's enough room. But he's got to go forward and let this cue ball run up high enough to be able to play the 7. And that'll do it. So nip across for this 8 up table, or as tight as he likes him into the side. I don't think he'll be doing that though. So Smoking Sid's survival is very much in danger. And the 3 ball goes in, and that bump on the 6 on the cue ball there's put the cue ball right in the play. And look at this table. I'll tell you, as far as Smoking Sid's concerned,
Hasta la vista, baby.
it ain't good news. What the hell did Coldest Pillow do there? I've just seen it in the replay on my phone there. Unbelievable. Well, as I say, get all of that crap out your system before. I mean, you're not playing tomorrow. What am I talking about? Tam's playing. I forgot about that. I forgot you've got a week off. Well, Smoking Sid's got a chance to get on the comeback rail here. So, one more good break and a ball and a shot to try and take this all the way. Well, 7 ball goes in, 2 ball follows it. 1 ball's there to be cut in. So, this is the wee test straight away here. Problem is that the cue ball wants to leak away from the 3, and if he overhits this, he could end up in trouble. This is a touchy little shot. Well, he's avoided hooking himself, but he is in trouble. This is not great. Big shot in the 3. Well, Sid's taking his time. Oh dear. And after all that weight, it was nearly a scratch. Decided in the safety. Well, the 3 is a bank. Up and down, bottom left-hand corner pocket as we look. You can try and really thin cut it if you fancy it, but the bank looks easier. Almost flukes the 5. And Sid still left with a testy shot. Well, he's cut into the top right. Again, complete blind pocket cut. These are one of the worst shots to judge the line and guess it right. But he's nailed it. But he's in no man's land in this 4-ball. I mean, he could play the little billiard onto the 5 here, but he might kill the 4-ball doing it. And he tried a little billiard, and somehow it didn't go in. So that will possibly be Sid's last shot. Just a draw straight out into the table. No, he could stun it that side, that'll do. So this match is done. Coldest Pillow survives to the next round. So Smoking Sid is heading home. Right, now let's get out and get into that other match, which is a hot seat match, as a matter of fact. See who gets into the final. And Semi-Pro is looking pretty good at the moment. 5-1 up. Oh, the other thing I needed to check was we've got Larry and Chalky underway, and Coldest Pillow's just about to start with Spectre Dawn. So Larry's 3-2 down to Chalky, who's getting 6 and out, and that is a real tough ask for Larry. But as soon as this match is done, we'll try and catch. In fact, Chalky's already won. The bracket hasn't updated. So Chalky's making use of his handicap. So Coldest Pillow's charged with the task of sending Spectre Dawn home and preventing him from going for another win in Friday Night 9-ball, a win which would be 3 in a row for him. Who's going to stop him? Well, if semi-pro can get to that long rail, which he can't, but maybe he can't get enough of it, I don't think. It is a bit tight when he's trying to jump the edge of the two. He's got that. Oh, again, a dodgy cut in the two, top left. Cue ball's running right. And he should have a shot in the three. This is sort of pocket weight, this two ball. And that was always really difficult. Wink at me now. Has to take this chance. I mean, if he fails to do it here, he's going to set semi-pro in the hill, no doubt about that. Got to get out. No, well, if you mean is he still moaning? Yes, he is. He moaned at me in his, what was the previous match I was in, where he thought things were all starting to go wrong for him, and then it all turned out nice in the end. He told me to get out of the room in no uncertain terms, which I didn't. So just the 8 ball to rescue one rack here for Wink at me. I'm getting really tired. I'll probably get my second window. I get through this yawning phase. Oh, don't start that kind of talk, semi-pro. Spectre Don's still in the tournament, don't forget. You might live to regret those words, by the way. I'm glad I've got that in video. You might live to regret that. Because it might be Spectre Don that's inserting a queue up your arse in a little while. You never know. You might find it difficult to walk in about an hour's time. That's all down to Cold Spiller though, because he can deal with that problem for you. But let's have a quick look and see what's happening there. It's 1-0 to Spectre Don. Jockey's lying in wait for the winner. Zero to 9 confirmed. What's that, Slim? Oh, by the way, I was watching an old episode of, they're showing old episodes of Jerry Springer. And I think I just got home from work. Was it this morning? I think it was this morning. I got home from work and I switched and I was having a coffee and whatever. And I switched the TV on and Jerry Springer was on one of the channels. So I thought I'll watch a bit of this. And he's in a guy's house and he's got like 7 or 8 wives. Watch the cue ball. And suddenly everything's backfiring in semi-pro since he opened his mouth. And the guy's got like 7 or 8 wives. You know what immediately came into my head? I thought, only in the bloody United States would you have something stupid like that going on. He's got like 7 or 8 wives. They're all sitting round the table. And this guy was clearly at least 10 years older than probably his oldest wife. Every other one was a lot younger than him, and I thought, well, he must have some size of dick on him if he's got that many wives. There must be something alluring about him. He must be hung like a donkey, this guy. So, wink at me. Can't pot the one. I mean, he could cut it into the side if he fancies it, but he's trying to duck for cover. Didn't need the bump in the two, because he's left the cut in the one now. I bet he's one of these. What crazy religions have you got in the States? You've got all. I mean, is the Mormons not up to that sort of business? Is that not what the Mormons are into? Having half a dozen wives. I think that's a Mormon trait, is it not? Somebody will put me right in that. Aye, right. I don't know whether it. I mean, I missed the start of the programme, so I don't know whether they had that discussion. I mean, I have to be honest with you. These women, the way they were dressed, they looked like Mormons. You know, prim and proper. Aye, I mean that goes on in the Middle East as well, doesn't it? Now, was that a play on words there, Slim? Some morons, or was it a typo? This needs to spin. I think it looks good. That was very well played. Oh, now this needs to slow up. This needs to slow up. So nice angle. Just get out into the table. Straight in 8 ball. To get back to within 1. I think this guy had a wife for every day of the week, to be honest with you. It's bound to be up on YouTube, that episode. He had a wife for pretty much every day of the week. I don't even think he got a day off, put it that way. Well, wink at me has come up dry, but he's got away with it. Now, I think there's the cutback bank on the one is on. Wink at me is he going to go all out for it? I think he is. Cut this back across into the side. No, he's not. He's looking to duck for cover. And semi-pro might fancy trying to jump this and nick it into the side pocket. Yeah, it was a pace that kept it out. He might have got second prize though. No, he hasn't. Well, again, this is a thin cut. Got to go for it though, or he could go for the bank. He's going for the cut. Now, if he bumped into the 5 ball, that shouldn't do him any harm. In fact, he could have done with bumping into the 5. Another thin one. problem with the thin one is he's not going to have any good shot in this 3-ball. In fact, he could end up hooked on it. And can he not just nick that past the 7 and roll behind it? Like that? Yeah, that was the right shot. So this is up and down and try and kick the 7 in with the combo. No. I think, the more difficult shot would have been playing it to the rail with spin to try and spin the cue ball up, but that's so difficult to judge. Right, this is dead straight. He's going to end up coming down on the short side of the 3 if he's just going to draw it straight back. Now that needs to slow up or bump the 9, one of the two. Well, it's almost bedhead cut territory. Now this needs to keep going around the corner and miss the 5. And it has done. Right, quick update. We'll see this 4-ball. Because things must be happening in that other match, the one lost side. Right, quick look. It's 3-1 to Spectre Dawn. Spectre Dawn is on the hill. It's not looking good for Coldest Pillow. And Spectre Dawn looks as if he's marching on. And meanwhile, wink at me, again, barring something completely stupid, is going to be 5 apiece here with the break. Just needs to roll this 8 in. Right, number 11. And semi-pro is blaming me again. And wink at me. He's a little. I don't know what's the angle look like from his end. Let's have a look. He doesn't. He just wants to. He just wants to take what he's got here. I think just a wee bit forward. Yeah, I don't think he wanted to risk doing much else. Right, so he's got the perfect angle. Just got to get the cut. The cue ball will do its thing. This is a little dink out behind the 5 for the 6 into the side. And he's going to be on the hill 100% here. Well, it might be. I might be tempted fate here. It might be down to semi-pro to try and take out Spectre Dawn on that one loss side after having sent him to the one loss side. We'll soon see. So wink at me with a break for the match. Oh, he's gone psychotic now, semi-pro. He's gone psychotic. And now he's got to be ready because wink at me's come up dry and the table is there. The only problem is the one ball is not a gimme anywhere. But in it goes. And so he's got a table where he should be out to take this match all the way. Oh, God help us if he misses something or makes an arse of it. God help us. That was a member of the audience there. So here we go, Hill, semi-pro with the break. And Spectre Dawn has taken out Coldest Pillow. And Spectre Dawn is still unbeaten. And the cue ball's gone south from semi-pro. That was definitely one of them.
Don't make mistakes here. We just have happy accidents.
Thanks to Bob. Right, well, it's all in Wink at Me's hands. And the more it opens up, the easier it is for that cue ball. So this is just dink it in. Well, he's coming down to below the 7. Now he doesn't want to be nailed to the rail like that though. Right. So he's got to go forward back into the table. And get high enough. Don't leave it short. And don't run into the 7. Don't do that. Oh dear. Oh, he's going to be having to kick this in a second or two, I would think. Oh dear. Well, this is not a gimme, this 9 ball. And in it goes. So semi-pro survives. And Wink at Me goes home. Right, so we need an update here. Oh, they're stubbed ranting in the lobby again. Is he? Oh no, this is this Real Poland Power 2 bullshit that's going on now. And we've got Real Poland Power 3 there as well. Right. Wink at me sitting there on the one lost side. Is this not updated yet? Who are we waiting on? Oh, I've got Spectre Dawn and Chalky. I forgot about that. Let's get in there. 5 and out. Chalky's getting. And Spectre Dawn probably won't know. I don't know that Spectre Dawn knows that Chalky's an old VP3 player. Four ball in. First rack in the board for Spectre Dawn. Thin cut in the 1. And he might come up and bump the 3 or the 5 here. I say he might, but that could go wrong if he goes past him, but he's played it dead weight. And he's good. That was the line the cue ball was always going to take without doing anything to it. So 2-0. Chalky might not be getting a shot here. Well, the 4 ball isn't a problem. You can get to that easily enough. Now this is the little tricky one. Coming across table for this 3 ball. And he's overhit it. Always going to be tricky manoeuvring that cue ball. Now he could have dug in to try and come across left to where the 9 ball is. The problem with that is the scratch was most certainly on. So Chalky has a shot. And remember, even if he gets to his money ball here, he's going to be breaking next rack. With a house cue, and he'll probably not get a ball. Well, he had to kick there, and I suppose that's not bad. Although Spectre Dawn's going to be trying to jump this and probably have a go at the combo as well while he's at it. But look at where the cue ball is. I don't know whether you can get to that to jump, but he's stuck to the rail. You're not getting a cue in there, is he? No, he's going to have a go. Oh, he's played the cut. What a shot that was. And he's got another tough one. And of course, these are all Chalky's money balls now. Well, you do have a point about Chalky. That's a good cut as well. But Chalky, you see, the thing is, that's a dodgy spelling of Chalky, the one that you're talking about, Bob, because that in general terms was a nickname that was given to those of a sort of Caribbean persuasion in the UK, I believe. Jim Davidson used to do his act with a guy called Chalky. He would always tell you about Chalky. That's now not politically correct. There was also a Chalky in On the Buses. And needless to say, both of those characters, one was an imaginary character, the other one was an actual character in the series. They were both black. So Chalky, spelt in that format, was usually a nickname given to somebody that came from the Caribbean area of the world. No, but that's the way that a lot of characters like that were called Chalky. And now you couldn't refer to somebody. I mean, a lot of guys would work, be at work with these people, and that'd be the nickname for them, Chalky. But now it's deemed as racist. I mean, you can't so much as fart now without offending somebody. I mean, I saw a thing in YouTube, and I never watched it. I was watching some of the old Tom and Jerry's. I'm talking about the proper Tom and Jerry's made in the 50s. And I believe that they've edited a lot of the old Tom and Jerry's now to be politically correct. And I never watched this video. This video popped up to show you different scenes in Tom and Jerry where they'd edited them to make them more politically correct nowadays, because obviously Tom and Jerry back in those days, you had the stereotypical the black housemaid where you never saw her ankles and her knees. You had any reference to racial things, all of that I think has been edited out. And of course, Tom and Jerry was violent, and that would upset the kids nowadays. I mean, Tom and Jerry was one of the best cartoons that was out at the time. But they don't show them on the telly anymore over here. You can't. I mean, the kids would love Tom and Jerry. From the ones, I'm not talking about the newer ones made by Hanna-Barbera. I'm talking about the ones made before that, the ones that were made in the 40s and the 50s. They were classic Tom and Jerry. The proper ones, the one with all the politically incorrect stuff in them, all the one with the bulldog, that's my boy. Yeah. All of those ones, I haven't seen Tom and Jerry in the telly for goodness knows how many years. And simply because it's not politically correct nowadays. See, that's why I'm all for having a channel that is for non-politically correct programmes. But there actually is one over here now. The show The only thing they haven't been brave enough to show is Love Thy Neighbour yet. It might eventually come on. But things like, you know, On the Buses is still showing over here. They're showing, there's even an episode of Porridge that's edited. One of the episodes of Porridge is edited. That annoys me. But you, especially when you watched them all those years ago, and you know the bits that they've edited, the bits that have offensive language in them. God, it just does my head in. But then again, that's, you know, from another point of view, maybe some of us are all showing our age. Yeah, all of those newer Tom and Jerry's that were made in the sort of 60s, Hanna-Barbera did them. The drawing of the cat and the mouse was shit. The original Tom and Jerry's were far better quality. So they were. But having said that, if you want to watch them all, they're all on YouTube. If you want a 5-minute laugh, you can go and watch them unpolitically correct and all. That's the great thing about YouTube. That's a great kick. Unfortunately, the cue ball stopped running. So Spectre Dawn on the hill, and Chalky needs to get a bit of luck here. And that ain't it, but he did get a ball to a rail, didn't he? Yeah. So, I would think that Chalky's going home. Because I think...
Hasta la vista, baby.
I think Arnie's got the right idea. I mean, I'll tell you that probably the most offensive cartoons were made back in the 30s. If you look at some of the old, I mean, a lot of the Betty Boop cartoons and a lot of stuff like that, there was a lot of racial stereotypes in them, and there's no way you're ever going to see them in telly. And they were really over the top. You know, the characters like the gollywog off the marmalade jar, characters like that in those cartoons, there's no way they'll ever show them. And then, of course, in the politically correct way they're doing things, here's a question for you, Larry. Do you still have Uncle Ben's over in the States? We don't have Uncle Ben's over here now. It's now Ben's, because Uncle Ben's was seen as a racial stereotype. We're having that, you know, the old black guy with the greying hair as the image on the packet. They've got rid of that. You know, they get rid of the gollywog off the marmalade jar because that was offensive. Now they've got Paddington Bear on it because that's more politically correct. Yeah, it's Ben's. Yeah, they'll get rid of the uncle part of it. Yeah. All just to keep the goody-goodies happy and not to upset anybody. Right, so Chalky goes home and Spectre Dawn is battling it out with Wink at Me for Spectre Dawn to have a go at semi-pro in the final and get revenge on him and win this tournament for the third week in a row. So we'll head straight in to that room. We'll dive in here first, see if we can jinx VP Monster. Let's dive in here first. Yeah, we had. Yeah, that was the other thing I was going to say, Larry, because we also had an Aunt Jemima. Was it an Aunt Jemima sauce? We sold that, and I bet you. I mean, I've never seen it since. So this is the cowboy tournament, isn't it? The one that's hardly ever runs. Right, let's get out the room because that thing's still, the little eye thing's still not up. I think we're waiting Inspector Don getting into the room. They do have Uncle Ben in some products. Well, I think we sell the jars of the Uncle Ben's curry sauce and everything, all the different sauces, and we also sell loads of different Ben's rice, but there's nothing with Uncle on it. That's all been ditched. And we have Jinx wink at me straight off the bat. You could not write a script. Straight into the room, boom, straight into the hole. I mean, there's even, I'll tell you something else over here. Even on these programs that we show that are not politically correct, there's comedy shows and old programs at the show. They always now have, well, that's going to scratch as well. And I've Jinx Spectre's Dawn as well. But they actually have a warning at the start of the program. They have a warning after the commercial's finished. Due to the time that this program is made, certain people might find things offensive, blah, 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 blah. But also, if they use a certain word to describe something or somebody, they beat them out. So they even just edit words out now, out of the original script. They do everything to keep everybody happy. I mean, they show old westerns over here as well. They'll put a warning up that because the cowboys might be making a reference to a certain tribe of Indians, and they're using they're describing them in a negative way, and they're saying that could upset people. The language and beliefs at the times might upset you. I mean, what the hell are people that dumb they can't understand it's a bloody film made in 1950? And is there certain people sitting in front of their television at home saying, "Oh, I hope this isn't going to be an offensive western"? How dumb are people? Or are people sitting there with a notepad and pen ready to write a letter of complaint because he mentioned this word in this film that was made 60 odd years ago, and my ears can't stand that? You're joking. The Washington Redskins. Now you see, Redskins is a perfect example of a racist term referring to the local Indian. No, I bet you they don't. They don't know any further than their backyard, a lot of them. But that's another fine example of political correctness. In the Western films, they would refer, or watch this cue ball, or they'll use the terminology, or he's a half-breed, something like that. And if they can't, but stuff like that gets edited out. Or again, if you haven't read the warning at the beginning of the film, tough luck. That just makes me laugh. I mean, who knows? Somebody might be watching this stream and saying that I've used words and they put in a complaint and YouTube bid me for it. That's what the world's come to. It's got to be so nice and goody two-shoes and sugar and spice and all things nice. Well, Wink at Me's got the start he would want. First rank the board. Ducking for cover. I've watched some of those videos on YouTube. Jay Leno. Jay Leno he's stopping people in the street. Americans in the street, and he's saying, where's such and such, or who's this guy, and blah blah blah, and they come up with all sorts of bloody answers because they have no clue what's going on in any other parts of the world. A lot of them, not a single clue. I mean, these are students going to college and university and everything, and they have no idea about how the rest of the world works. Some of them are, they're laughable, they're hilarious. What's the capital of France? Not a clue. Something simple like that even a 4-year-old kid should know. I mean, there's no excuse for that when you think about it. I mean, with all the stuff and the technology that you've got available on your phone and on your home computer, I've had more education by having a computer than I ever had at the school. You've got all of that at hand. So there's absolutely no excuse for not finding out that sort of stuff. Well, that's true as well. Yeah, I mean, you're led. The people you've got to look up to are all bloody numpties. That's half the battle. Without looking too far ahead, it'll be what do you call it? Donald Trump that you'll be looking up to in a wee while, I would think. He'll buy his way to the top again, if he hasn't already bribed a whole pile of people. No, I'm telling you the truth when I say this. I've learned more since I left school in 1980. All of my education's all been done in the computer. I learned a lot more in the computer than I ever did at school. But then again, you see kids nowadays, and you walk past them in the street, 3 or 4 of them together, they've all got bloody phones, and their faces are in their phones, and they're not even walking where they're going. But they're not learning anything on the phone. All they're doing is texting their other mates, Right, here's a test for you Americans, right? This is for Americans only, this question. What is the capital of Scotland? Here's a pretty dumb, simple question. What is the capital of Scotland? Come on. Don't be sitting Googling it, for God's sake. Just give me the answer. Straight away. No thought needed. Capital of Scotland. You're serious, Larry? Is that a serious answer? You dumb American. Get onto Google, Larry. Now, as Steve would say, it's Edinburgh. It's Edinburgh is the capital of Scotland. What's the capital of Wales? That's a bit more difficult. That is a bit more difficult for the dumb Americans. No offence, in case I've offended anybody. But what's the capital of Wales? There's Larry's sitting with the phone out and he's on Google. Tap, 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 tap. Come on. The capital of Wales. You see, you've got four capitals in the UK. Yes, Cardiff is. Now, Larry, my way of remembering a lot of capitals in the United States is by you give me the first letter of a state, of the name of the capital because I don't know them. But there's some of them I do know by just the first letter. Yeah, I must admit, there's not. I would not be able to reel off a whole list of capitals of states in the United States. What's the capital of Northern Ireland? That's the other of the 4 countries in the United Kingdom. Because even I'm not sure of that. You know that? I'm not even sure what's the capital of Northern Ireland. Whether it's Derry or Belfast. No, you've got Northern Ireland, England, Wales, and Scotland. Yes, you would have, Larry. Yeah. Well, Spectre Dawn with a 2-1 lead and a table to get up to the hill. What time is it? It's coming up 10 o'clock, so it's going to be a longer one this week. That guy, what do you call him with the white suit that's in the chase? What do you call him? He's a doctor. Oh shit! One of the chasers. What's his name? He always wears a white suit. Well, see him. You know, obviously he's a quiz champion. They're all quiz champions on that program, but he could reel you off every capital of every state in the USA, no problem. Because that's the sort of stuff he's into. He would know every single one. In fact, probably most of the chasers would, but I think he'd be the favourite to know them all. Well, here's a question for Americans. What's the northernmost town in the United States? You know, I'm talking about inhabited. What's the northernmost town in the United States? Now, it's probably got an Inuit name as well as the more recognised name. I might be wrong, but I think it is. I think it is Barrow in Alaska that's the northernmost town that's inhabited. It's right on the coast of the Arctic Ocean, right up at the very top of Alaska. Well, I think it's good night and thank you from Wink at Me. No, not at Barrow, but on Eurotruck there is an Alaska map. Well, there's been 2 or 3 different Alaska maps, but on Eurotruck there's actually a full-scale 1-to-1 Dalton Highway map that you can drive from, right up to Dead Horse. That's like 500 odd miles. It's a full 1-to-1 scale, so it obviously takes you hours to do it. There's a summer version and a winter version of it, but there's none. Those maps all focus on really getting up to Dead Horse on the Dalton Highway. There's not one goes. See, Barrow's right up the northwest coast of Alaska, as far north as you can go. Well, Spectre Dawn is going to get his shot at revenge. And I think we're just knocking past 10 o'clock. So it's a 4-1 win. Wink at Me has come out with a profit. But we now have the rematch that we've all been looking forward to, because Semi-Pro is the culprit for sending Spectre Dawn to that one-loss side by 7 racks to 1. So now Semi-Pro, is he going to be made to eat his words about his reference to sticking his cue up Spectre Dawn's arse? We're going to find out. Let's get in. You know her that was in Ice Road Truckers? They got her to do the promo. There's a little promo video for Alaskan Road Truckers, the game I've got. She, what's her name? The blonde girl. She did a little promo video. Well, we're waiting on both players arriving. I want to get to bed, so let's not hang about. Go on with it. Let's see what's happening in the snooker, because that must be getting near the end. Let's bring up ITVX. I've got 47% left in my phone, so I'll charge that overnight for tomorrow. Live. Alaskan Road Truckers. No, I mean, I did a video, was it yesterday? I did a live stream for an hour or so on that truck and logistics simulator. And as much as the truck logistics simulator is pretty shallow in terms of what you do, you do this job, that job, you load your truck, you use a forklift and all of that stuff. It's quite a small map, but I'll tell you something. I mean, it's actually, it runs very well. It's a very small download. It's only 3 or 4 gig, the game. So I bought it yesterday. I'd already played it before when I downloaded it off the back of a lorry and tried it. And but when you put the virtual mirrors on in it, they run like a dream. But in Alaskan Road Truckers, the virtual mirrors in it are absolute crap. The frame rate drops to like probably 10 or 5 when you have them on. So I haven't played it for a while. I'm waiting another big update coming out. But they really do need to look at the quality of the mirrors in that game. It's garbage. Really poor. And when you compare it to that truck and logistics simulator, it's like night and day. Right, at the moment, it's Mark Allen at the table, 5-4 up against Ali Carter. And it looks like game, set, and match to me. It's all over. They're shaking hands. So a 6-4 win for Mark Allen. I just caught it in time. Right, here we go. We've got Semi-Pro on the right, Spectre Dawn on the left. Race to 9, no handicap. What YouTube logo is that? I would sooner have the chimp. Well, that's what I said to Steve. You know, remember I said to Steve in one of the streams, I said you should rent out table space for people to have their image on the table. I mean, all it needs to be, I would imagine, it just needs to be a high quality PNG, a transparency that you use to put that on the table. I couldn't have imagined it be anything different. And they should charge people for putting it on the table. So push out played. Semi-pro trying to duck for cover, bumps the 6, but he might have come out good here because the spin's taking him in behind the 2 and the 3. And that side pocket there is in line, but I think this side he can get to it. Certainly can get to it from the left side. Oh, it ended up double kissing. I'm actually quite hungry. I don't want to go for anything to eat at this time of night though. I'm quite hungry now. I know I've got a Matheson's pork sausage lying about in the fridge somewhere. I could have nuked that and scoffed it. But not at this time of night. I'm heading to bed as soon as this is done. But don't forget, guys, we have confirmation that we have the semi-final match tomorrow afternoon, 2 p.m, 1400 hours GMT, 9 a.m. if you're East Coast in the States, and earlier than that if you're any further west. But it should be a good match. Albinario and Vinces battling it out to see who gets to have a chance at revenge on Spectre Dawn, because both of these players ended up in the one-loss side from Spectre Dawn. Is Spectre Dawn going to win his maiden World Championship? That's still to be seen. The final is a race to 21, I believe. And Spectre Dawn is going to get first blood here in the final tonight. It's 2 degrees outside, so not quite a frost. A ground frost, but not an air frost. And we'll still get 12 people on YouTube. Because the weird thing is that when it gets to the final on Friday Night 9 Ball, YouTube seems to empty when the final's on. I don't know why. And probably Twitch has not got that many people on it now. Now this is a toughie. This 4-ball at that angle. New ball will be going the right direction for the 5 though. And a nice angle in the 5, so it's going to be 2-0. But Semi-Pro knows the penalty. If he lets Spectre Dawn in and he can get that break working, got to try and keep him off the table as long as he can and build up as big a lead as he can. So rack number 3 in this race to 9. Ball in the break, shot in the 1, and the table is perfect. Look at this for a run out. Five ball is gone. 6 ball drops into the side. So there shouldn't really be anything that can go wrong here. But no sooner have I said that than this has gone a bit too far up the table. So now it's a testy one. And it goes. Now he's got to watch how much he gets into this cue ball here, because he's not wanting to run down into the 8 ball or anything like that. So if he gets into it too much, the scratch could be on. He's got to be careful. He's avoided that. Now he needs a quick look at this 6 ball. Yeah, you just got to be careful. That is playing it up off the jaw. So, good start for semi-pro so far. 3-0 on the board. Spectre Don is poised to pounce if he can get a sniff. What semi-pro's hoping is that he'll be well away from him when he does get a sniff. Now, did something get into that top right hand corner pocket there? I'm not sure whether it did or it didn't. Yes, it did. 5 balls gone again. This time, however, the possible bank on the one into the side, but I think you've got to find a line for it. Or is it? It might actually not be too bad, this. Yep. Good line on that second diamond. Well, this ain't good. But if he's cutting it up table, if he goes to the rail too soon and stays inside the 3, it won't go in. That's the problem with this shot. You see where the 3's sitting. If that 2 ball comes down narrow, that 3 won't go. And the problem is he's really got to try and hit it into the rail, because the 4 ball's in the way to get to the right side of the 3 that you want to hit. So he's going up to the top right hand corner. That's a cracking shot. And he's still in the 3. Now he's got to watch any sort of rub off this 9 ball. He's avoided that. Spectre Don actually a shot yet? I don't think he has. Or if he has, I don't remember it. So 4-0. And another ball in. And a cut in the 1. And the problem is the 3 ball blocked by the 5. Well, it is into the top pocket. It can obviously be cut down the rail. But look where the 2 ball is. And that's what he didn't want. Now the shot's bad enough as it is, the 2 ball. And trying to get some sort of shot in the 3, it's going to be really difficult. Oh, welcome to Rob. Well, he certainly ran at least 3 of them. That was a big ask. Well, here's the test for Spectre Dawn. I mean, he's got a shot. He's got no shot in the 3. So he's really got to manufacture something here. As you try to run this around the corner. It looks as if he's digging down to at least give himself a bank. No, he is trying to run it. Oh, that's beautiful if it bumps the 5, and that's unlucky. He had the right idea, just trying to get into a very narrow gap there on that 3 ball. And he's going to be buried here. Or is he? Because the 3 goes, and so does the 4. Well, he might have actually made that a bit worse than what it was, doing that, but he's just going to duck. So semi-pro in control at the moment. Well, no problem with the 6 ball. Everyone's clean up there. It's just about digging back for the 5. Oh, big dig down and big miss in the 4. And so Spectre Dawn now has as good a chance as he's going to get at getting onto the board here. Still got a tough pot. And also he's got to work that cue ball. I see. I saw. So I think it was a photograph on Facebook the other day, and it was showing you Clint Eastwood at 93. He's making his next film. He's still hard at work. And you've got what's his name? Gene Hackman at 94. Still alive. That sets me thinking when he made the French Connection in 1972. He must have been late 40s then when he made that. I mean, that's what 50 odd years ago that film was made. Well, Spectre Dawn overcut the 6, and it's going to be 5-0. So Spectre Dawn under pressure now to respond to semi-pro. Semi-pro having blasted them into that 1 loss side by 7 racks to 1 earlier tonight. And everything's going pretty well for semi-pro to dish out something similar or better in the final and prevent Spectre Dawn winning 3 in a row. Well, Stubb won't be firing any missiles until Honolulu starts. Semi-pro is carrying on from where he left off. 2 and 4 balls gone. But this time He has no shot in the one. There's no way he's cutting that in. Now, what would Steve say here? Well, that's no good. That's what he would say. Now, of course, Semi-Pro can pass this back if he wants to, which he has done. That needs to miss the 9. This might just sneak out with a spin, and it has done. And the pot is on. 3 ball is awkward though, and it doesn't go into the side because the 8 ball is blocking that, and it doesn't go up top, or does it? I think it does. It's very tight, and obviously if you get into this area, it goes into the corner. But that's half the battle. You've still got to get 1 ball in the hole first. Well, he'll probably settle for that, although I think he's a bit lucky. There's no way he played for that. He was trying to bank that up the table. Well, I'm going to mention it. This would be an absolute nightmare tonight for Semi-Pro if he was something like 8-1 up against Spectre Dawn, and the Larry happened to him. I don't think he could stand that happening a second time. Well, 3 ball for the 8 ball combo, and now it's going to have to be. Is it? No, he's got room. He can get to it. Well, I'm going to hedge my bets here. It's going to be 6-0. Is it going to be a whitewash of Spectre Dawn? Well, there's not many players have played Spectre Dawn in a scratch situation over 2 matches, where up until now Spectre Dawn's only won 1 rack. Well, now he's got a mountain to climb, but he's got to get the table first. He got on that first ledge, and the 3 ball goes, and the 1 ball's on into the side, and everything's on. And, well, he's got to bump the 9 for the 2 into the other side pocket. And that's gone funny. But he's still got a shot. Again, a testy one. And it goes, no problem. And it's going to be a quick 5-9 combo here. Can't believe he's going to do anything else. So you've just got to get this flush. It's off the rail. There's, again, just pick the line of the 5 ball to that edge of the 9. And then it goes, and suddenly it's 7-0. So 7-1 in their first meeting tonight, and 7-0 at the moment. 2 ball into the side, and 3 ball into the bottom left. The 1 ball is dodgy though. Again, it does cut clearly, but it's one of these horrible blind pocket cuts. And he's nailed it. And perfect. Well, he needs to just probably leave this 5-ball long into this bottom corner here rather than trying to do anything crazy with the cue ball. Good evening to Albie. Thank you very much, Albie. I'll be there tomorrow. I finish at 10:15 tomorrow, so that gives me plenty of time to get home and fed and watered. Well, I suppose the only thing that'll annoy semi-pro now is if he loses a rack, that'll get inside his head. He wants to whitewash him. That'll annoy him. So he's going to be on the hill with the break, and the break's worked pretty good in this match so far. That's another bit of advice, Albie. Go and do some practicing with your 10-ball break. It's been absolute shit. And see if you can come up with something better. Maybe you have been doing a bit of practice on it. Right, well this time 3-ball and a 5-ball's gone. Cutting the 1 up the table into the middle for the 2-ball. 4-ball is dodgy. Now is he going to have an angle? That's too straight. Because he would have liked to have just cut that 2 and given that 4 a bump. He's gone bolt straight on the 2 though. That's the problem. Oh, well, good luck dropping this in. And it's gone in off the jaw. Well, we'll be looking for an improvement, Albie. Hang on a minute, though. Hang on a minute. It's gone in. And it is a 9-0 whitewash to semi-pro. We'll never hear the end of this, by the way. And it's actually 16 racks to 1 for semi-pro against Spectre Dawn tonight. And I'm getting to bed. So well done to Spectre, better not say that, semi-pro. He has stopped the juggernaut that is Spectre Dawn. And he has prevented the 3 in a row with a 9-0 victory in tonight's final. So join us tomorrow for the semi-final match with Albinario and Vince Says. I'll be there. It starts at 2 PM. If you can't be there, catch up on YouTube later on today or tomorrow or whatever. So until we meet again, I will bid you good night and take care, and we'll see you again very soon, hopefully. Good night.
Good night, ladies.